drawn, but they're now being told that they need to move from the area.
That's not a good sign. Y'all, active shooter.
This all started
University of Arkansas.
Now, when
the Mullins Library.
Emergency alert was sent out to students at the U of A over email and text saying that there was an active shooter near Mullins Library. We know that they've evacuated the library room by room. People are being told to avoid that area, which is really just right in the middle of campus there. This is video that one of our crews took. Just, you can see that huge law enforcement presence on the scene.
Dear Lord.
If you live in that area, you're probably hearing a lot of sirens as more are headed to the scene right now. And that is really the extent of the information we have on this right now. But again, we do have 3 reporters on scene who are sending us information as they get it. And we're in contact with Fayetteville Police, University Police, hearing what they can tell us every minute.
Dear Lord.
Now again,
she said the Mullins Library.
Came out at 12:27 today. You can see it here, and it was on the RazALERT system. So this is the
Mullins Library
emergency notification
University
system.
of Arkansas.
Whenever there's a threat to safety, they send these texts and emails to students, faculty, and staff. And this is the one that they got at 12:27 today. Now I'm hearing that Jacob Luthi is on the scene right now. We're about to go out to him when he's ready. Just let me know. Okay, here's Jacob.
Morgan, I'm ready. Do you hear me? Yeah, Morgan, we're right here at the University of Arkansas. We are right next to Mullins Library. I'm going to go ahead and let Will zoom in. But this is what we're seeing right now. As you can tell, a very heavy police presence. We drove down Garland, ASP officers, Fayetteville police officers, every type of law enforcement that you can see here. There's a huge crowd of them. We saw a few people inside Mullins Library, a few officers kind of sweeping through from what we could tell. You have officers grouped over here, kind of in front. Looks like they're stationed out here. We were a little bit closer about a few minutes ago, but they had pushed us backwards, telling us to move back for our safety.
Oh, hell.
This officer right here. So this is kind of what we're seeing right now. Again, heavy police presence. We saw a lot of students standing around earlier, kind of walking away from the university earlier, but this is kind of the look that we're getting right now. Haven't had too much time to look, but what we could tell was officers were on the first floor sweeping it. I've been asking around to see if people had heard anything, if they had heard any sounds, but just being told that they had walked out of the library and just saw a bunch of cops running inside of it. But this is the look that we're getting from right outside. Again, this is the library right where they're standing in front of. That is the library. Right, that is what you are looking at.
Okay, Jacob, and you were just on campus earlier, right?
Yeah, we were just on campus. We were right by the football stadium. We were doing an interview, made our way back as soon as we got back to the station. But we didn't hear anything. We didn't see anything when we were there. Again, that was by Razorback Stadium. Again, that's just south of where this is right now. So that was what was going on there. But again, we didn't hear anything. We didn't see anything. Obviously, if we would have, we wouldn't have left. But this is the scene right now. Again, you're just seeing probably these officers right here stationed, trying to figure out the next best course of action.
Okay, thank you, Jacob. And again, he was on campus really probably right when this went out, came back to the station. As soon as he got back, we knew that this was going on. He headed right back out. Claire Everbach is also on campus, and I think we're going to go out to Claire right now with what she's seeing from where she is. So Claire, when you're ready. Avoid, deny, defend. And again, Fayetteville Police have told us.
Yeah, I am here at the University of Arkansas, right outside Mullins Library, where there is reports of an active shooter. I'm going to go ahead and let Joel zoom in so you can kind of see what we're seeing here. We don't have any other information right now except that there is a report of an active shooter. And as you can see, there is a heavy police presence. Every type of law enforcement possible is on scene. They actually just asked us to move back a little bit, so we are further away for our safety. The library is blocked off to everyone right now, and students are being asked to stay put. Again, we don't know much right now other than there is reports of an active shooter. We'll keep you updated the more that we know. For now, I'll send it back to you.
All right, thank you so much for that, Claire. And of course, this is all happening right as students are coming back to school.
Keep the shot up.
So
Just keep it up, yep.
definitely just we're waiting on more updates for what's going on here. But just to recap from the beginning, this happened around 12:27. That's when students got that RazALERT, which is the university's emergency system, texting them saying that there's an active shooter at the library, that they need to avoid the area. And we know from Fayetteville Police that they're evacuating room by room. We've heard from our crews on scene that there's a huge law enforcement presence. You saw from Claire and Jacob their live looks at the scene. You can see that. And we see that there are some officers with their weapons drawn. We know our crews have been told that they need to move and leave where they were for safety. But again, Fayetteville Police, the last time we got an update from them was about 20 minutes ago now. At that time, they were saying that there were no injuries reported. Darren's joining me right now as well.
At least no injuries
with
reported.
this.
Yeah, I will tell you that on the way here, after this went out about 30 minutes or so ago, that my phone has been blowing up from parents asking, what do I know about this? And this is about as much as I'm telling them about as much as that we know of what's happening there on campus is what you're talking about. But obviously there is a major concern now among
Right as they go back to school.
Family of students who are there on campus. We're just now, in the first half week or almost full week of classes there on campus. And now this has happened. You can see a very large presence of law enforcement, not only University of Arkansas Police, but Fayetteville Police as well, Washington County Sheriff's Office is there, and I would imagine some other law enforcement agencies are headed there as well. And just to recap, okay.
Yeah, and again, this is at
It's
Mullins
on.
Library. Yeah,
Okay.
some mic issues.
Yeah, this is live TV at its best, folks. We are also told that the FBI is on the scene in a situation like this. We've also have been told that hospitals have been put on standby, but that is a routine situation in something like this, that these hospitals have to be notified when something like this happens. That does not mean that anybody or anyone has been taken to the hospital. They just get put on standby. It's part of the training that's involved with this, that they go through several times a year. It's just part of that network that when something like this happens, area hospitals have to be put on standby just in case that there is something to this. And we have seen this the last couple of weeks with hoaxes being reported on campus. One that just happened Wednesday or Thursday of last week. And we can only hope that that's the case in this situation right now. So we'll see. We're going to await more information from campus police, state police. You can see the FBI there on the right side of your screen is there. Not a lot of activity, at least on this camera shot. You can see way off in the distance there, though, some guy in some pretty good heavy gear. And then police are obviously walking around campus. But as you mentioned, they have evacuated the Mullins Library. And so that's kind of where we stand right now.
Now, I have an update actually from Laura Castleman, one of our reporters. She's on scene. They're moving further back now. She's been told that she needed to get inside in a room with students because police were telling her that she was in a high-risk zone. So obviously still an active situation.
Sure.
One of our reporters has been basically told to shelter with some students. And all of our crews that were there have been told that they need to move for safety reasons.
And that's a good idea. We are trying as best we can to provide you with as much information as we can. This is a live look now of some students who are leaving that area who presumably have been told to leave or evacuate that part of campus. And so they are moving now away from where this investigation is going. We have been getting pictures from our crews that are on the scene showing this exact thing where they're actually moving students away. There are some pictures that we're getting in on campus that show a number of law enforcement there on campus. And so as best we can, even though we are being told that we have to move back away from it, that's obviously for our safety, but we're doing as best we can now to provide any information that we get from there on campus from either UA Fort Smith, UA Fayetteville Police, or the Fayetteville Police Department themselves.
And of course, we don't know exactly what happened so far. We've been told that there have been no injuries reported, but regardless of what happens, definitely just a very traumatic situation,
Sure.
even if there doesn't end up being any injuries. And again, like you said, just right when school starts, right when more than 31,000 students are headed back to that campus.
Yeah, they're not even in a full week of school just yet. And do we have someone? We're getting Jacob. Jacob Luthi has been on campus since this happened, along with Claire Everbach and Laura Castleman. I think we have Jacob now with maybe an update as to what's happening on campus. Jacob.
Yeah, Darren, can I get your name, please?
Jacob Coleman.
Jacob Coleman, student here at the University of Arkansas. Just talk to me a little bit about what you saw, a little about your experience. How were you first notified? Talk to me a little bit about just your experience and where you were told to go.
Yeah, so I was eating lunch in the Union, and my class was coming up, so I left the Union to go start walking to Bell, which is past Mullins. And as I was walking, I started seeing people starting to run, and I thought it was a little weird. And then shortly after that, I got a notification from the university through RazALERTs that said there was an active shooter in the library and to stay away. But I mean, I was kind of right by it, so I mean, I just kind of turned and walked away with everyone else.
Anything now? Well, I want to go ahead and if we can show just that line of cars right there. Of all the emergency vehicles, you see Washington County Sheriff's, unmarked vehicles, ASP, so on and so forth. Talk to me a little bit about anything that you heard, anything that you saw. Was there a noise? Were people running?
I mean, I didn't hear anything, like no shots or anything, of course, but like I saw like the officers running in with weapons drawn. I mean, I've had some people that talked to me and said like there's been all types of things coming from there. People are saying they have told me that they might have people held, or the gun was just dropped, or there's been a lot of different things. I just don't know what really is true yet.
Yeah.
No shots.
And obviously we're working to confirm all that information, but again, look at there's a lot of traffic here. This is right off Garland here, right in front of the university. Again, we were just moved from Mullins. We were told to move from this way. Talk to me about the library this time of day, in the middle of the day.
It's usually pretty busy. A lot of people eat their lunch in there and study for like, this is kind of like a break in classes for a lot of students around lunchtime. So it's usually pretty busy. We eat lunch in there and just study in between classes. So
Yeah.
Pretty busy.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Jacob. Darren Morgan, again, we're going to be here. Sorry, there's officers.
I didn't know they were moving y'all, but y'all are more than welcome to go down Garland and
Okay.
walk.
Okay.
But where all those blue lights are, there's plenty of students in large
Okay.
groups.
Darren Morgan, we're being moved to another location. So, again, there's this line of cars here, a lot of heavy police presence right here, a lot of students waiting and watching to see what's going on here. But we're gonna be here. We're gonna try to get settled in a specific location so that we can stop moving. But that's the latest information that we have right now.
Okay, all right, Jacob, thanks, and it's good to hear from a student that is obviously okay. We can tell you that Robin Hearn, who was our sports reporter, was there on campus inside Razorback Stadium covering practice for football, and they were told to lock down. And so she right now is locked down inside Razorback Stadium, and she's telling us that she's seeing a lot of police cars going by. She did send me a picture of the parking lot there, but I'm not seeing in the picture that she sent me that shows a lot of police presence there, at least at Razorback Stadium. But again, I would assume that there are a number of other buildings that are on campus that are also locked down.
Yeah. And we know Laura, I don't know if Laura is technically on lockdown, but she is in a group of students. She was told to move, she needed to move inside. So we can't take her live right now because she's in that situation.
We're trying to get her on the phone,
yes,
though.
we would like to get her on the phone.
Okay,
Before that, we're going to go back to Claire Everbach, who is outside on campus. So let's go to Claire right now.
asked to move again away from Mullins Library where there was an active shooter reported. So we're on Maple Street now. I'm going to go ahead and let Joel show you what we're seeing. Behind me, you can see all sorts of law enforcement. It's really backed up bumper to bumper with police cars here. Students are still being asked to avoid the area, and everyone is being asked to stand back away from the street for their own safety. We haven't gotten any other update yet, but of course we will continue to keep you posted. For now, I'll send it back to you.
Now, that police presence is going to be pretty much everywhere around Mullins Library, if not around there, around campus, at making sure that obviously all students are safe. Am I hearing Laura on the phone right now?
Yes, yeah, Darren, can you hear me?
Laura, yeah, go ahead and tell us where you are and what's going on right now.
Absolutely, yes. So right when I arrived on scene, it seemed like officers were going inside the building, and then we were immediately told to move into the Union, and we are up here in the Multicultural Center. There's a group of 20 to 30 of us. It seems like kids are notifying their parents that everything is okay, but the U.S. Marshal did just come in and asked for anybody that was there in the Mullins Library that saw anything to go and to speak to them privately. So they are currently doing that. But I'm sitting here and staying here and just staying safe right now.
What's the mood of those who are in that room with you right now?
I'm not going to lie, the people seemed pretty relaxed. People are talking. A lot of people are on their cell phones, obviously, talking to loved ones. But the mood seems relaxed. People are able to go to the
mood seems relaxed.
So it's they're able to walk around and move, but not too tense at the moment.
Okay, thank you for that, Laura. We also know that we have Bo Russell headed to Washington Regional right now. Again, we have no injuries reported, but this is Laura there on the phone taking shelter.
Laura, if you can still hear me, how many police? What's the police presence up in that room besides what you mentioned, the U.S. Marshal up there?
It is just him. He is the only one up there, and they have gone off into a closed room. I do not see any other police presence. It just seems to be professors handling the rest of the situation, calming kids down.
And they're not letting anybody leave where you are right now, the student union?
I'm not had a confirmation. They've said they can keep us here, but they said they can't keep us here. So I guess yes.
I found the video of the police running in at first. Check this out.
Yes. And I would imagine that's the students that are there are not going to go anywhere until they get some sort of an alert that says it's okay to leave. All right, Laura, thanks. We'll check back in with Laura in just a Laura.
Yeah, so that was them running in right there.
One of the first on the scene, by the way, and got there and was immediately told to go into the student union under lockdown and also under lockdown. We mentioned it a moment ago that Robin Hearn, our sports reporter, was out covering Razorback football practice and was told to immediately lock down inside Razorback Stadium. And so that's where she is right now. So we have a few of our staff, we have a lot of our staff, well, all of our staff on campus right now. And it's a matter of there's 2 or 3 that can still move around, Jacob, Luthi, and Claire. And then we've got Robin and we've got Laura who are told to lock down. So.
Yes.
Oh, hell.
We also are hearing now, as I mentioned, that is headed to Washington Regional. Again, last we heard from Fayetteville Police, where there were no injuries reported, but that last update, it's been almost, I would say, 30 minutes since that.
Sure.
So Bo is on his way to Washington Regional right now. And like Darren mentioned, of course, hospitals are on standby, but
that's a routine part of this.
Protocol.
I would imagine that every hospital that is around this area has been put on notification just in case that there is some injuries involved in this. And like you mentioned, there has not been any report of any injuries in this just yet. And what we still don't know is if there is a shooter on campus, if that shooter is still on campus. We've not heard from any of the police, law enforcement just yet on campus as to what the actual situation is, other than there was a report that came out at 12:30, 12:25, that there was this active shooter and that students need to go on lockdown. That's pretty much the last thing we've heard from any law enforcement on this just yet.
Now, Robin is just now telling us that she's in her car now, so it seems like they let them out there at Razorback Stadium. but she did say she can talk, so maybe we'll get her
Okay.
on the phone pretty soon.
Well, yeah, we
as
could
well.
let's try to get Robin on the phone and see how she heard about this and what the mood was there. All right, we have Claire Everbach back again to tell us if Claire, have you heard anything new from out there, and what's the situation where you are? Okay. Okay, we're having a little issue with Claire's microphone at this point. She can't hear us either, so we're doing the best we can with getting, there she is. Go ahead, I know she can't hear us, but go ahead and have her tell us what the situation is.
Yeah, she's ready.
Oh, you didn't say, okay.
Then she's ready.
It's a very active situation. Thank you for being patient with us. Looks like she got someone.
I'm joined by University of Arkansas professor Tricia Peterson. So to start out, can you please take us through what happened this afternoon and what you've heard?
Really, honestly, I was standing in my office. I looked out, heard the police come up, saw police officers going inside with guns and students running out. We declared active shooter and kind of have been holed up for the past 45 minutes. About 10 minutes ago, somebody came out and asked us to all leave the building to get out of the back of the building. And that's where we are.
So first you were asked to stay in the classroom and then you were asked to move outside.
First of all, we exercised active shooter regimen, which is everybody find a closet or a room without windows or doors, lock up, barricade in. So that's what we did at first, and we were in maybe for half an hour.
Is there anything else that you're being told, or there's any kind of protocol that you all need to follow?
Actually, we're all a little confused as to why we're outside, to be honest, why we were asked to leave the building, but we're not being told anything. We don't know anything besides this.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Well, we are still seeing a large police presence. Actually, now they've brought in officers from Springdale and Rogers too to help out. We'll continue to keep you
The
updated.
lady
For
doesn't
now,
know what's
I'll
going
send that to
on.
you.
They not told anything.
All right,
Okay.
thank
They
you,
just said,
Claire.
"Hey,
We're just
everybody
hearing
go
from Laura
outside."
that she's still in a lockdown. It is interesting, as they mentioned, some people are being told to stay outside. Some people, like Laura, are told you need to come
Stay inside, yeah.
So it's hard to tell exactly what's going on. Again, hopefully we'll find out that there haven't been any injuries from this. You just never know in these situations, obviously taking it very seriously, bringing in lots of law enforcement to help.
And I know that and
On TikTok, you guys
heard
are
her
saying that
mention
none of the
more
students
law
are
enforcement coming
saying,
in from outside
none of what the
agencies to
students are
help,
saying is
at
matching.
least get control of what's happening there on campus, and I'm hoping that at some point we will hear something that's either preliminary on here's what happened and here's the situation right now. What we just don't know is what is the actual status on campus now. Just from looking at our live shots there, live camera pictures there, that there doesn't seem to be a lot of urgency in getting people away from these buildings, except for that one live picture that we showed of some students that were walking away. And that there have been some buildings on lockdown, including at Razorback Stadium and some other places as well. Go ahead.
Yeah, and I'm just hearing Farmington Schools, we've confirmed, is now in shelter in place. This is out of an abundance of caution, but they do say that it's because of this happening at the University of Arkansas. So other schools in the area are also on lockdown.
We haven't
right
heard
now.
from Fayetteville High School. That's right next door to the campus. They're right there by Razorback Stadium, in fact, and we've not heard from them on if they're on any kind of lockdown right now. But yes, you're right. We can tell you that at least in Farmington they are under lockdown as well. So what we need to find out as quickly as we can from local law enforcement, or at least police on campus, is what the situation is as we speak right now. And again, having looked at some of the live pictures that we have been seeing, not a lot of folks, not a lot of movement around that area. Robin Hearn, I believe, is on the phone with us now from inside her car, I guess, just outside of Razorback Stadium. Robin, you're on campus, I'm sure, to cover the Razorbacks practice. So how did this all shake down for you? Okay, we're not hearing Robin just yet, so we're going to work on getting her in just a second to find out what her situation is. Last we saw from her from being locked down there at Razorback Stadium was that she was in her car, so they were at least allowed to leave the stadium itself. And I should know this, but I'm trying to figure the proximity between Mullins Library and Razorback Stadium.
We have a map. I don't know if we can pull that up right
So
now.
check this out, y'all. Let me pause this for a second because look, it says that this is the first, look, breaking first image released of the University of Arkansas shooter identified as Clifford Phillips from Ohio. And apparently he has a YouTube channel. That's what they're saying. Where he reportedly revealed his plans. What? Y'all, the Mystery Project on YouTube, TikTok, if you want to see this guy, the Mystery Project on YouTube. Okay, let's go back here.
We don't know what the protocol
and I'm
is
gonna
in a
look,
situation like that.
I'm going to look into
other
this
than
a
to
little
take
bit
shelter
more.
as quickly
See
as
what's
you
going
can
on
until
here.
You hear something from somebody law enforcement wise. And so she heard that, or she was told that they were allowed to go back outside again. So you can see in the live pictures there that a lot of people are still standing outside wondering what the situation is, obviously with a very, very heavy police presence there on campus at Mullins Library and the surrounding buildings around Mullins Library. We haven't heard of any dorms or what the situation is with any of the dorms on campus. If they're under lockdown, presumably they are on lockdown as well, or at least told students to shelter in place after they were told to leave their classroom.
Yeah, and we actually are hearing Joe Ellison was on campus too when all this happened. And so she talked to, I think, students there on campus. So if we have that, let's go ahead and take what Joe got on campus.
I was walking out of the library and just like 3 cops like pulled up in a car. They all came out with like ARs and shotguns.
Really? What happened after that?
Well, I like basically like jogged over with the guy into the Union because they were telling us to like get in the Union, and then we like sat there for like 20 minutes or 15 minutes, and then eventually just left out the back so I could come here.
Okay. Did you see police do anything?
Just running in. It looked like they were like crouching, like trying not to like I don't even know, like trying to be seen or something.
What were students doing?
They, most of them were just confused because they didn't know if it was like a drill or something, and then they just came to the Union, or they were walking around away from the library.
Gotcha. And did you see like anybody with a weapon or anything?
No, I didn't see anyone. Gotcha. I haven't seen anyone so far. I've just heard from my friends that there's a guy. Yeah.
Gotcha. What's your name?
James.
James.
Yeah.
And your last name?
Cheng, Cheng.
And you go to school here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what do you?
All right.
That was
My
Joe.
goodness.
Yeah, thank you so much for that, Joe. And again, he kind of mentioned, Laura mentioned earlier, that they were questioning people that were in the library about what they saw. So definitely an investigation obviously going on. We just don't know what happened yet.
We haven't been told exactly yet. We do have another, at least somebody on campus that Jacob Luthi has found to talk about this. Jacob, go ahead.
Yeah, hi Darren. I'm joined here by Brady Atkins, student here at the University of Arkansas. Said that you were walking, kind of just left class. Talk to us again, just a little bit about what you saw, a little bit about your experience about this whole situation.
Yeah, so I was just walking to the right of the Mullins Library, and I'm just listening to my music, I guess, and I just see people start running out of the library. And I didn't think anything of it because I just thought it was like an event because it's the first week here, and yeah, I just kind of realized like everything was wrong, and after that I just kind of like took myself out of the area real quick, but I eventually came back and I saw y'all, and I mean, it was kind of a crazy experience, but
that's a good idea. Get yourself out of there.
A little bit about what you did. Did you get a text on your phone? Did you see the text at all, or did you kind of just, once you saw everybody move, you moved too?
Well, actually, my dad called me first, and he was asking about it, and then that's when I checked my phone and saw the text. So, yeah, he got called about, like, his friend had called him about it. So it was kind of a shocking experience to hear it from my dad first, but yeah, that's pretty much it.
Anything else about was there, we've been asking people this entire time, was there something you heard? Was there something, any noise, any screams? Was it just people running? Were people ducking?
Screams for sure. I mean, everybody was just in a panic mode for sure.
Oh, hell.
I didn't hear any shots myself. I mean, I've been in group chats all day, seeing people saying there were shots, people shot at, but hopefully that's not true. I mean, I saw what I saw. People were just running out of the library, and it was, I guess it was pretty shocking. So
how close was your class to the library that you said you had just left?
So it's the plant science building, just like maybe like 0.2 miles away, and I had just gotten out of class, like kind of middle of it, and I mean, I'm kind of seeing everything happen like right when it started. I guess I was kind of just putting it in perspective, but.
And again, if you don't mind, let's take a couple steps off camera. Well, I mean, Darren, and for those at home, just look at the police presence here. We're right here on Garland and Maple, right in front of the University of Arkansas, Fayetteville Fire Department, Washington County Sheriff's Department, Arkansas State Police, unmarked vehicles. I mean, you just see all the lights and sirens that are here. Students, faculty, staff, parents. I would just talk to someone. They were on their tour of the campus today when this happened. They said they weren't near the area, but they said this is the first time.
Imagine being on the tour of the campus and that happening. So y'all, check this out. So they're saying, I mean, it's unverified, I have no idea, but this account, Clear Cut News, is saying that the first image released of who they think is responsible for this is this dude right here. And they said that reportedly revealed his plans on his YouTube channel, and his YouTube channel, I just looked at it, and it is just this guy basically standing around saying Orange Man bad. So that's him. Can you guys see that? Basically just, yeah, Orange Man bad. We live in a horrible country. That's what he was saying. I read some of the transcript, but I don't know. No clue if this guy has anything to do with it. The Real Active News reported it right there, or Clear Cut News. Sorry, Clear Cut News said that that's it. Might be true, might not. I have no idea. But yeah.
Out.
Go back to the live view.
There, I'm like, what's going on? And he's like, did you hear all those people yelling? And I'm, no, I just got here. I haven't seen anyone yelling. And maybe 5 seconds later, 4 policemen came like barreling down the hallway. They held an angle maybe 30 feet down the hallway from me. It was kind of a central library, first floor. And they looked at both of us and they were like, get out, get out, get out. Active shooter. So me and my buddy took a left, went backwards, and there was a room full of people, and we were like, everyone's got to go. Active shooters, police in the hallway. They were, the police were like fully armed, and it looked like they were holding an angle on the first floor. We left the library, and we saw maybe a couple hundred people just running out of the library in every direction. No one was really knowing where to go. And me and my buddy just went to the parking garage, and I drove off campus with him.
Did you hear anything, gunshots or anything?
So I was probably around the scene for 15 minutes, and I didn't hear any gunshots, just a lot of police yelling. Probably saw 30 police cars and a lot of unmarked vehicles flying towards campus.
Now, did you talk to anyone? You said your friend said he heard yelling. Did you talk to anyone who said they saw or heard anything else?
No. So I had probably walked in the library. It was all within a minute of me walking in the library, getting yelled at and then running out. The police had that first floor locked down, and they didn't want anybody to get hurt or anything. So they were being pretty stern with it. But I only got to talk to my friend, and he had just asked me if anyone was yelling or not.
So you're running off campus. You're heading to your car. How fast are you going?
I mean, we were at a good.
Probably pretty damn fast. By the way, if you're coming over from TikTok on YouTube, do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button and
message that
subscribe.
went out, I think we might have been out of the library before I got the text message, and we were out we got to the Union probably 6 minutes, jogging over there, and then just got off campus as fast as I could, safe and sound now.
All right.
Shocking scenario for sure.
We're glad you're safe. Definitely very scary situation. I'm sure as soon as you walk in, getting a text like that at the building that you're in, having an alert like that, I'm sure it was very startling for all of you.
Have you talked to your family and let them know you're okay?
Yeah, I've chatted with most people, called some of my friends, made sure everybody's all good, and I don't know anyone that's been negatively affected that wasn't in an emotional way yet. But I'm hoping everybody's good. Going to be praying for those people that were negatively affected.
All right, Alec, I appreciate your time. Thank you so much for calling in and giving us at least an insight as to what happened inside the library. We are still waiting to hear from law enforcement agencies who are there, and you saw that live picture there with State Police, Springdale, Rogers, Fayetteville, University of Arkansas Police, FBI, U.S. Marshal. Just about every law enforcement agency is there on campus. Again, that's protocol. Anything like this happens on any campus, you're going to get law enforcement from about every agency that is around this area to converge on whatever campus, high school, or college, just to be a part of helping out with this investigation.
Wow.
And go ahead if you do.
Yeah.
Okay, finally got something from Fayetteville.
Yeah, so this is from Fayetteville schools. We told you earlier Farmington schools was sheltering in place. We now know all Fayetteville schools are in secure status. That means that nobody can come and go from any of the campuses. It looks like we have an email here from the school district that's saying that because the University of Arkansas is dealing with an emergency situation, they say they don't know the details, but they are not letting anyone in or out of any Fayetteville school buildings right now.
But it does though say that the school day will continue. So if you have students there at any Fayetteville school, they are safe on campus. They are no one's being told to leave or can leave, and you cannot go on campus until the all clear is given. Claire Everbach is again back on campus. Let's go back out to her and find out what she has right now. Claire.
Yes, we are still on Maple. Mullins Library is behind us. Right now, I'm joined by Connor, who's a freshman here at the University of Arkansas. Where were you when you found out that this happened?
I was in my class. I was probably about a 2-minute walk from the library, and our teacher was just going through some problems when we got a call to the class saying that there was an active shooter on Mullins Library, and the class just kind of erupted into murmurs. And we didn't know whether this was a drill, if it was going on. And someone just asked the teacher what was happening. And he just kind of barricaded the door. We all sat in there until we got the go-ahead that was okay to go. And we had to go out the back exit and avoid the library area.
Can you tell me what was going through your mind when you heard about this news?
I was just worried, like the first thought was like, how am I going to tell my mom what happened, And I just didn't know what to do, I was wondering if all my friends were safe, everything. I was worried about my family and friends in general.
Have you been able to get in contact with your loved ones since then?
I have. I've been talking with her, and she knows the whole situation of what's going on right now. She knows that right now I'm safe, and all my friends are safe.
So you're a freshman, so you just arrived to the University of Arkansas. So after this happening, what does this make you think about safety on this campus? How do you feel?
I mean, I think just stuff happens in general everywhere. I've seen stuff happen like this on other campuses, but it's definitely a shocker. But I don't really know if this will affect my view of the campus in general. I've been up here a couple times, and this is the first time I've ever seen something this drastic happen. So it's not affecting my thoughts too much, but it has me worried a little bit.
That's the sad part. It could happen anywhere,
Thank you so much,
anytime.
Connor. We appreciate it. We don't have really much of an update for you right now. There was a text sent out to students from the university that did say there are multiple reports of an active shooter on campus. We'll keep you updated. For now, I'll send it back to you.
Yeah, we were just getting that same thing that was sent out about 10 minutes ago, that they were responding to multiple reports around campus. We'll see how that shakes out as well.